Is it time to be picking up some micro strategy for the Bitcoin rally? Let's take a look at that chart today as well as Bitcoin and see what we come up with. Let's get right into it. So first of all, let's take a look at the economic calendar for this week. So today we've just got consumer credit. That's not really going to have a big impact, I don't think, today. Tomorrow, though, we've got three different Feds on deck. We've got Michael Barr, Powell, and Michelle Bowman. Michelle Bowman specifically is a pretty intense hawk, so keep your eyes out for what's going on tomorrow during these three Fed speeches. They will likely be moving the market tomorrow. We've got three in a row. That's usually them using their microphone to do whatever will it is that the Fed has that day. And then the next day, we've got three more Feds on Wednesday. So Tuesday and Wednesday, we've got a very Fed heavy day in terms of them speaking, which we all know they use the microphone as a weapon. They are going to come after our portfolios in some way or another on these days to keep our expectations in check and keep the SPY from running, too crazy. And then on Thursday we've got CPI. This is going to be a big day. We got CPI and two Feds. We got CPI, two Feds, and jobless claims. So Thursday is going to be a huge news day. You're going to want to be paying attention Thursday to everything that comes out. And then Friday we've got PPI, and that will also be something of a market mover, but probably not as big as Thursday. So let's take a look at Bitcoin now. So Bitcoin for the day. All right, Bitcoin for the day. Let me turn off some stuff. I was playing with some different indicators. Okay, so we are currently flagging down here in this area between 54 and $58,000. So we're flagging right here. This isn't a great position for us to be in for Bitcoin because, because Bitcoin tends to like to use these flags to move pretty dramatically off of them. Now, we have seen in the past where it'll come down to a flag and reverse. That's well known. Bitcoin will do that. We are hanging out above this area here, the bottom of this descending channel. Let me turn on some SMAs so we can see what they look like right now. Here we go. All right. So we've got, and those look weird. Let me fix that. Make that bigger, make this a little bigger, and this one a little bigger. All right. So we're below the 200-day moving average still. Okay, that sucks. That's not any good. We got the 20-day above us here at 60,900. Okay, so that's not so bad. It's kind of correlating with this line here I've got for the RSI divergence. Now, once we see this volume is starting to curl over, and let me turn on the volume bars as well. Okay, so we've got some positive bars coming in here. The selling seems to have completely fallen off, so that's good. Unless we see a reacceleration of selling, we're going to be just fine here. Honestly, we need to pretty much hold above this area right here. We got to hold above 55,000, 57, no, 55,800. We need to hold above 55,800 right now in order to see ourselves move back up and test 60. Now we could take till Friday, honestly, before we see that happen. Now, my question is it time to be buying MicroStrategy as your Bitcoin proxy going forward here? Now, we're going to take a look at the MicroStrategy chart. And there's some interesting bits in the chart. First of all, let me drill down a little lower on the Bitcoin chart and see what we've got going on here. So, Bitcoin, as you can see here, right, on the hourly chart, let me turn off, there it is. On the hourly chart down here, I've got my little blue signal here. That is a go long signal. Now, it's not always right. As you can see back here, it missed it once, missed it twice. Third time, though, it didn't quite miss it now, did it? We haven't gotten up to this purple line yet, this pinkish fuchsia, as they call it, line, yet on this chart, on the hourly. So this actually, I'm still liking the way this looks, assuming that it holds above this whole thing right here, which gives it room from 57 down to about 54 right now. In order to continue bouncing along it. As long as it doesn't close down there, I think we'll be doing okay. Let's drill down a little bit further now. All right. So we are getting in an area here where we are getting compressed. You can see the Fibonacci bands are getting compressed here. And we are holding above that fuchsia line on the 30 minutes. So if we come back down, I'd say probably 56.4 before we start coming back up above that 58,000 mark. And once we break through that, then we'd be looking at coming through some of these other levels and probably not stopping until we get into like 61, 62, maybe even higher. than that once we get above that. See, this is starting to look a little bit like a double bottom. If I come out to like the 2 hour, there we go. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. We're looking at so basically, we're looking at something like this, right? We got a bottom here, bottom there, and right around here is the middle section of that. We get above this here at like, was it 58.4? 58.4. Once we're above 58.4, we're kind of off to the races there in terms of this being a double bottom where it could easily run up as high as almost $64,000 before running into any trouble there on that chart. And how does this play into MicroStrategy? Okay, so MicroStrategy is a proxy for Bitcoin. It moves more than Bitcoin. We know that. All right, we're coming off that green cloud on Bitcoin. We could potentially be making a double bottom if we close above that 58,000, like 58, what, 58.4 level here on Bitcoin. So how does that play into the MicroStrategy chart? So we've got MicroStrategy here. Okay. So MicroStrategy in the pre-market now, we're actually up about 30 some odd dollars above where we closed on Friday. So this could potentially look like something like a gap up and go today, especially given that today has already been a pretty good day for Bitcoin in terms of it moving up. RSI on this is a 30-minute chart, by the way. So volume was coming down, but I think as soon as the market opens, this is quickly going to switch around. And let me turn on extended trading here. Yeah, it's starting to switch around already. So we came down, we got our pitch down here, which is this little blue up label here. I'm going to turn off. I'm going to put it just on regular trading hours. So on the 30-minute chart, this could move pretty easily up to 1394 pretty quickly, or even as high as 1443. Honestly, today it could make that move today off of these signals here that we're seeing down here. Just like back here, right? Same thing right here, right? We came down, we got the signal to go long. It came, it flagged a little bit, and then took off, flagged some more, went up to the pink line, and then came all the way back down again. Now, I don't necessarily think it's going to go much higher than this pink line here. I would watch here, so I'd be setting my so let me show you. I'd be setting my line here for like open to go into something. I mean, and pre-market can even, like if you're doing just the shares, you can do it now, pre-market. Anything below 1269, that's done for me because that's a closure beneath this flag. A closure beneath this flag means it could be coming all the way back down to 1200. I don't want to be in it down to 1200. And then I'd be looking to take here, honestly, at 1398, about 1400, I'd be looking for some caution there. And then I'd be looking for a full take profit of 1451, that area, 1450, 1451, maybe a little bit lower, like right there. So I don't know what this line is. Okay. So I'd be looking to enter basically where it is now, anywhere below the flag here, this flag, anywhere below this flag, I'd say any closure beneath it on the 30-minute, and I would say I'm done here. And I'm going to wait for a setup to appear again. Once it gets up to this orange, that's where I'd be looking, yeah, about right here. Around this orange here, 1390-ish, I'd be looking for caution, trying to see, is it going to flag and maybe come back down? Is it going to stop there entirely and just reverse? That's where I'd be looking for like some cautionary moves. And then the green is where I'd say, okay, I'm done here. And my trade is over for MicroStrategy. That's what's going on here. That's what these little blue things mean on my chart here. So is it time to pick up MicroStrategy? It might be time to pick up MicroStrategy. Let's look at a 1 hour chart, see if it confirms on there as well. It does. It does confirm on a 1 hour chart. I really like that, actually. It confirms on a 1 hour chart. And in fact, on the 1 hour chart, I might even say, if I wanted to be a little more risky, I might say that I'd be looking for even 1500-ish, like top there, like 1500 on the hourly chart. And same everything else, right? Enter now, stay below anything below 1269, I'm out. Around 1389, 1400, I'm looking for caution. Is it going to show me that it was going to keep going, or is it going to pause there, stall out, and come back down and wipe me out? And then up here on the green, this is what I'm really aiming for. Like if it gets above this pretty easily, this orange line, then I'd be looking for this green one. Maybe even like, I mean, honestly, probably in the center of all this right here. Yeah, 1480s, around the $1,500 level on MicroStrategy. That's what I'd be looking for. So that is that play there. MicroStrategy. Is it time to pick up MicroStrategy based on Bitcoin moves and pre-market moves on MicroStrategy? Maybe it might be time, especially if Michael Saylor comes out and says, "Hey, I'm ready to buy more Bitcoin since it's so cheap right now." We might even see this thing take off without any reason whatsoever, like in terms of beyond any reason, right? And see it trading back up at 2000, near 2000, like in a heartbeat, and that could happen with MicroStrategy. So that's just the thought I had today. Um, that's what's going on in my brain right now with this in terms of what's going on with MicroStrategy. Now let's take a look at the miners. Let's see what's happening with our favorite miners. All right, Clean Spark. Let me go to a daily, not a 2-day, a daily. All right. Actually, I can't do the daily because, well, I can show the pre-market. So in the pre-market, we're actually up a little bit. Let me go into like 4 hours. Okay, in the pre-market, we're up a little bit. We're trading up at 1638, where we closed at about just 16 bucks. That's good. We are hanging out below a lot of the moving averages though on CleanSpark, so like it's moving up nicely. It's not amazing. RSI is kind of picking up. That's great. Not too much is going on. None of these are really nothing this morning is really taking off like Mara though. Mara has a nice little structure here. Now this could break down. If this breaks down, we're coming all the way back down to like 1850, and that sucks. Don't want to see that. I would like to see the morning like say, hey, Mara's doing well, whoo, take off. But we do know with the miners that they do tend to reverse like halfway through the day, right? Pretty much like all the time they're doing that. BitF barely up at all this morning. What about BitDigital? I know BitDigital had a big day on Friday. And in pre-market, honestly, yeah, we're getting into this red cloud here. I could see us coming up here. I mean, it's really hard to say in the pre-market what anything's really going to do going into the day, especially with the miners since they flip so hard. But Bit Digital did have a flag, right? And it's opening up above that flag this morning. That is a good sign. That could easily move it up into like 420 over the four. It could easily move it up to about the $4 mark in a day or two, honestly, with its current positioning. So that's pretty great for Bit Digital. Let me go back to BitF, see if anything came up there. Not really. It's closing slightly above this flat. No, it's not really doing anything too crazy there. Let's take a look at Riot. How's Riot doing this morning? Almost no change from yesterday. I mean, it could be a tiny little gap up and go, but we're going to hit resistance at 990 and 1016 on Riot. It's got to get above 1016 before it has any big moves out of Riot. What about IREN? How's it doing in the morning? It is actually opening up higher. This thing is insane. IREN cannot be stopped. This thing is nuts. Anyways, let's move on to Core Z. I'm gonna come back later, if I've got time later today or in the morning tomorrow again, I'll go over what happened today in terms of like where we're seeing our positioning now. Corsi flat's not doing nothing, not doing nothing. About Cipher again, it's pretty much flat, just like the other ones. So that's it. Not too much going on with the miners right now, but MicroStrategy is having a pretty good pre-market move right now. I do like it, which has got me interested in a potential upside move for the day on this, especially with Bitcoin being green on the day and also showing some promise here, trading on the 2-hour chart above the 20 and 50 moving average with pretty easy room up to $60,000 on Bitcoin, honestly, if it can hold above this going into the trading session of the day. So that's all I've got for you today. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video, and have a profitable day.